mm, and Dean Faculty of Sciences. So with this very eminent personality from Department of Chemistry, Usmania University. So with this few in words, I can hand over to Sevara sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for your nice introduction. Good evening, everybody. Akhanda mandala akaram vyaptam yena characharam tatpadam darshitam yena tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Happy World Teachers Day to you all. Honorable today's speaker, Mananiya Sri Mukul Kanitkarji, National Organizing Secretary, Bharatiya Shiksha Mandal, Professor Meena Chandavarkar, Samyukta Mahamantri, Bharatiya Shiksha Mandal, Professor Prabhakar Rai sir, Vice President Bharatiya Shiksha Mandal, Office Bearers of BSM Telangana Prant, Krishnaya ji, Sumalini Madam, Ajay Rahul ji, Someshwar sir, Raghavendra Garu, Narendra Reddy sir, Veera Reddy sir, Krishna Ranga Rao sir, Sandhya Tiwari Madam, Uma Madam, esteemed guests, invitees, Karyakartas of Bharatiya Shiksha Mandal, and friends, my humble pranam to you all. It is indeed a pride and great pleasure to me to be here on this occasion of Digvijay Divas celebrations. Today, we are celebrating 128th years anniversary of the historic Chicago address of Swami Vivekananda as Digvijay Divas. Chicago address had dealt at length on Hinduism and Indian culture, and Swami Vivekananda words continue to remain resonant till date. His address in the World Parliament of Religions at Chicago in 1893 drew the world's attention to the ancient Indian philosophy of Vedanta. Swami Vivekananda, in his address, propagated the idea of tolerance and universal acceptance. He became very popular after his famous speech at the World Parliament of Religions. Swami Vivekananda was a true luminary created enlightening the Western world about Hinduism and Indian culture. Swami Vivekananda believed that youngsters in the India are the chain that binds our past to a greater future. Therefore, there is a greater need today to pay heed to the words spoken by Swami Vivekananda. On this occasion, I am deeply honored to welcome our today's esteemed speaker, Mananiya Sri Mukul Kanitkarji, National Organizing Secretary, Bharatiya Shiksha Mandal. Sir, we are delighted to have you with us on this auspicious occasion to address the gathering. I heartily welcome you, sir. I welcome all esteemed guests, invitees, participants, friends from different parts of the country to these celebrations. With this, I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to welcome all the delegates, esteemed guests, honorable speakers, and friends to this celebration. Once again, I welcome you all to this great event. Thank you, one and all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Next, I'm requesting Srimati T. Sumalini Madam, our Vice President of State Vice President of Bharatiya Shiksha Mandal, as well as Assistant Professor in Hyderabad Central University in Education Department. I'm requesting Madam to briefly introduce about today's speaker, Shri Mananiya Mukul Kanetkar ji. Madam.
धन्यवाद जी रवि जी। आज हमारे सामने अखिल भारतीय संगठन मंत्री भारतीय शिक्षण मंडल माननीय मुकुल खनितकर जी उपस्थित है। आपका परिचय देना मैं अपने आप के लिए सौभाग्यशाली समझ रही हूँ। आपका जन्म चैत्र शुद्ध पंचमी युगाब्द 5071 विक्रम संवत 2026 ईसा 22 मार्च 1969 में हुआ। आपकी शिक्षा विधि स्नातक LLB 1990 1990 में डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब अम्बेडकर विधि महाविद्यालय नागपुर से हुआ। जीवनानुभव भारतीय शिक्षण मंडल 2012 से अखिल भारतीय संगठन मंत्री 2016 से कार्यरत है। सचिव विवेकानंद इंटरनेशनल फाउंडेशन नई दिल्ली 2008 से 2011 तक। सदस्य मध्य प्रदेश राज्य योग परिषद 2007 से कार्यरत है। प्रशिक्षण कार्यशालाओं की रचना व संचालन, 1 परीक्षा दिए हंसते हंसते, 2 साधक ALM, 3 शिक्षक स्वाध्याय, 4 अभिभावक उद्बोधन, 5 संस्था चालक परामर्श। आपने 7000 से अधिक प्रतिभागियों के लिए 2350 2350 आनंदशालाओं की रचना एवं संचालन किया। अतिथि विद्वान महाराजा सयाजीराव विद्यापीठ वडोदरा, IIT मुंबई, IIT रूरकी आदि में गीता और प्रबंधन सस्टेनेबल फाइनेंस पर पाठ्यक्रमों का संचालन किया। इसके साथ आपने 5 अंतरराष्ट्रीय संगोष्ठियों का आयोजन, 28 सहभाग किया। आपने 8000 से अधिक व्याख्यान दिए। 1990 से राष्ट्र सेवा में अपना जीवन समर्पित किया। 1990 से 2012 तक आपने विवेकानंद केंद्र में जीवन व्रत की। आपने अनेक पुस्तक लिखी, उनमें प्रमुख हिंदी, इंग्लिश और मराठी में किया चुके हैं। हिंदी में प्रमुख पुस्तक है परीक्षा दें हंसते हंसते, भारत जागो विश्व जगाओ, भारत का जीवन जिए, गढ़ी जीवन अपना, संगठन गढ़े चलो, परिवार बने पाठशाला, समर्थ भारत, समग्र शिक्षा, शोधकर्ता कार्यकर्ता। In English, Essential Vivekananda, Management's New Frontiers, Bharatiya Scriptures Applied, Let's Build Organization. मराठी, परीक्षा देऊया हसत खेळत। लिखा हिंदी, अंग्रेजी तथा मराठी में कुल 2150 से अधिक लेखों का लेखन की। विशेष उपलब्धि, आपने सबसे बड़ी सामूहिक योग कक्षा का विश्व विक्रम बनाया है, जिसमें 2004 में 16,049 छात्रों द्वारा और 2005 में 29,973 29,973 छात्रों द्वारा ग्वालियर में विवेकानंद केंद्र के तत्वावधान में गिनीज वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड में सम्मिलित। आप मध्य प्रदेश में 2007 प्रति वर्ष जनवरी 12 को करोड़ों छात्रों के द्वारा सामूहिक सूर्य नमस्कार का संचालन कर रहे हैं। इसके साथ समाप्त करते हुए आज का हमारे मुख्य अतिथि अखिल भारतीय संगठन मंत्री, भारतीय शिक्षण मंडल, माननीय मुकुल कनितकर जी को आदर के साथ आमंत्रण करती हूँ। मुकुल कनितकर जी, माननीय मुकुल कनितकर जी, the floor is yours, sir. Thank you.
धन्यवाद। धन्यवाद सुमालिनी जी for a very beautiful introduction, and that too in Hindi. I have been asked to speak in English by Meena Didi. It's okay, no? Speaking in English? Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Namaskar. Namah Shri Yatirajaya Vivekananda Suraye Satchit Sukha Swarupaya Swamine Tapaharine Swamine Tapaharine. 11 September 1983 was the occasion on which Swami Vivekananda 1893, sorry, I said 1983. 1893 was the date on which Swami Vivekananda delivered his first lecture in the Chicago Parliament of Religions. And we all know with the first 5 words that he spoke there in the Columbus Hall, the whole audience of 7,000 odd people gave him a standing ovation. They were clapping for almost a couple of minutes, 2 minutes incessantly. He could not speak because everybody was so much thrilled that they were jumping in their seats. Some were trying to get up on the stage, some were trying to hold his robe, some were trying to shake his hands, and it was a complete chaos for a couple of minutes. What were those words? Those words were, "My dear sisters and brothers of America." My dear sisters and brothers of America, those 5 words had a mesmerizing and electrifying effect on the audience. And in the next day, the newspapers carried a report that a Hindu monk from India, Mr. Vivekanand, they wrote Vivekanand. Kanand was separately written, Vive was separately written. The great Hindu monk conquered the Parliament of Religion. Boston Herald wrote, "Why are we sending missionaries to such a great country from where Vivekananda comes?" Every great newspaper wrote in the praise of Swami Vivekananda the next day. It was conquering of the world stage by a young 29-year-old monk, as Swami Vivekananda said, representative of the oldest cadre of monks, he said, in the whole world. He said, "I am glad here to speak before with. My heart is filled with joy unspeakable." These were the exact words he said. "To stand before you as the representative of the oldest religion, living religion of the world. To thank you on behalf of millions and millions of Hindus all over the globe." Like that he went on. The sannyasi order, the oldest sannyasi order. Why such a euphoric reaction to Swami Vivekananda's simple words, "Sisters and brothers of America"? Mary Louise Burke, one American who was born after Swami Vivekananda died, had vision of Swami Vivekananda and then became a sannyasin in Vedanta mission. Her name is Sister Gargi now after her sannyasa. She did a thorough research on Swami Vivekananda in America and in the West and came out with a publication which has got 6 volumes, very big volumes, 1,200 pages each. It is called Swami Vivekananda in the West, New Discoveries. In that she has devoted 180 pages to this one first lecture of Swami Vivekananda in Chicago. His Chicago address, she has devoted complete 180 pages because she tried to visit each and every person in the audience in America who were there. She got the list from Father Beroz and the organizers and visited every person. From him who she would take address of some other person, go to that person. If he was present in that Columbus Hall on 11th September. She would ask for his reaction, note it down. Such a rigorous and thorough research done by Mary Louise Burke. Now we have all the details of what really happened on that day. The people she interviewed, and when some of the people have gone away, they had passed away. So she read from their diaries and noted from their diaries what they had written in the diary on 11th September 1893. And with all that big data that she has, which she has produced in that volume, we come to know that those 5 words created a miracle in the whole world. There were tremors of joy. These are the words used by the audience. I felt the electric current passing through whole of my body. I was trembling. I had goosebumps. I felt like I have got my lost brother. These were the reactions of the audience. They felt the oneness of Vedanta. For those in the spiritual field, understand this feeling. When you feel one with somebody, when Swami Vivekananda said, my dear sisters and brothers of America, the people listening to those words felt as if he is one with me, I am him. And because they could not react, they stood up, they clapped, and somebody jumped onto the dais. They wanted to hug him. They wanted to clutch to his robe. They wanted to touch him somehow because they wanted to express that oneness, that affinity, that we are one with you. That is the Digvijaya we are celebrating today. Bharat is a tradition of Digvijaya. Our ancestors called upon Krunuvanto Vishwamaryam. This is the divine duty given to each person who is born in this great country, Bharat, Tapobhumi Bharat. We have to make the whole world great. Arya means evolved. Arya means great. Arya is not a race. The word Arya means every human being who has good qualities and who has evolved to a state of greatness, state of manliness, elevated, emancipated, liberated himself. And Krunuvanto Vishwamaryam means it is our responsibility that the whole world should become great. They should understand the greatness of human incarnation. They should understand why this human birth is very, very invaluable. What is the purpose of human beings? How the humanity should behave? What should be the acharana? What should be the charitra? What should be the character? What should be the way we should deal with each other? What should be our relationship with each other? What should be our interaction with each other? What should be our commerce with each other? How we should protect each other? How we should cooperate with each other? And how we should grow together. Sahanau avatu. Let us grow together. Let us rise together at all levels of existence, the physical existence, the mortal existence, and to the immortal. Mrityorma amrutangamaya. That is what Bharat stands for. And that is what is the duty of every Bharatiya, to conquer the whole world. Ye, the children of Bharat, get up, gird up your loins and decide, determine the goal of your life and achieve the destiny. You have to conquer the whole world. Nothing else and nothing less is my ideal, Swami Vivekananda wrote to Alasinga Perumal. Nothing else and nothing less, but conquering the whole world is my ideal. Vishwa Vijaya, that is the only way. That is what our rishis told us. Etad desha prasutasya, one who is born in this country, etad desha prasutasya sakashad agrajanmana. Who is the born leader? Agrajanmana. Swam swam charitran shiksheran prativyam sarvamanava. We are duty bound to teach the whole humanity, Sarva Manava, Pruthivyam Sarva Manava, the whole humanity. What? This beautiful science of living, this beautiful art of living, this beautiful way of life that is called as Hinduism, that is called as Sanatana Dharma, that is called as Vaidika Dharma. And that's why Swami Vivekananda was the first one to say that I am proud to call myself a Hindu. And he did it in the Columbus Hall in America, which wanted to showcase its own superiority over the whole humanity through that carnival, which was there to celebrate the 400th year of formation of United States of America. This Parliament of Religion was part of that big carnival. The aim of the Parliament of Religion, as written by Father Barrows in the brochure of the conference, the invitation that was sent to the whole world, in that brochure itself, Father Barrows, the organizer of the Parliament of Religion, said, the aim and objective of the conference is to bring all the religions together on one stage and to prove to them beyond any doubt that Christianity is the greatest of the religion. The Parliament of Religion was aimed at establishing the superiority of Christianity. With this intent, that Parliament was organized. So everybody was talking about how my religion is greater than you. Here was a sannyasi from Swami Vivekananda, from Hindu monk from India, from Bharat, who went there and said, we not only consider every religion as, we not only tolerate every religion, but we accept every religion as true. There is a difference between the two. We are not tolerant. There was a debate a couple of years back about intolerance and tolerance. Swami Vivekananda has clarified it. He said, we are not tolerant. No, we are not tolerant, because when you say I tolerate my neighbor, it means my neighbor is a nuisance, but somehow I have to tolerate him because he is my neighbor. I don't like him, but I have to tolerate him. That is what is meaning of tolerance. Swami Vivekananda says, no, we don't talk about tolerance. We preach about universal acceptance. These are the words Swami Vivekananda said. We accept every religion as true. And he gave two examples, one from Shiva Mahimna Stotra and one from Bhagavad Gita. How all the ways of worship lead to one God. That is how it is Hinduism practices. That's what he said. That was the first day and the first lecture on 11 September 1893. He said every human being has to accept each other with its greatness. If this does not happen, then we are sitting on a volcano, Swami Vivekananda said. And the volcano may erupt any time. He used the word unspeakable bloodbath because of the tyranny of religion, because of the inacceptance of each other's faith. We have been warring with each other and killing each other for hundreds and hundreds of years. This is what Swami Vivekananda said. So the Parliament, which started with a declared intent that establishing superiority of one religion over every other was its intention, ended with Swami Vivekananda saying that there should be acceptance, there should be cooperation. Everybody should come together and work for a better humanity. A Hindu should become a better Hindu. A Buddha should become a better Buddha. A Christian should aspire to become the greatest of the Christians. This is what Swami Vivekananda said. This is what Vedanta preaches. This is what Vedas preach. This is what Hinduism says. And this is our duty. What Swami Vivekananda started in 1893 in America, the task is incomplete. It is not yet completed. The Bharatiya way of life has yet to become the mainstream of the whole world. That is our goal, nothing else and nothing less. Ye, Bharataputra, get up and conquer the whole world with your spirituality, Swami Vivekananda said. We have started achieving that goal on 21st June 2015, when on the International Day of Yoga, 193 countries accepted yoga as their way of life, did yoga abhyasa in their own country. Bharat Mata was accepted as the world leader, as the world guru, as a Vishwa Guru. But that is only the beginning. The pinnacle of this achievement of Vishwa Guru will happen when the Bharatiya education system, Gurukula, becomes the mainstream education system of the whole world. That is the goal of Bharatiya Shikshan Mandal. And that's why we are celebrating Digvijay Divas, this beautiful day of conquering the whole world with the spiritual human oneness, with love, compassion, and that kind of a large-heartedness shown by Swami Vivekananda. Why I am saying this? Because the 1.5 months before 11th September was so excruciatingly painful to Swami Vivekananda. You should read his letters written to his disciples from America before the Chicago address. In those letters, he explains how he was treated there. He was not welcome in America. He was kicked away. He was thrown out of every door, told, you dog, get out. You black, get out. You nigger, get out. You don't have any right to be here. Everybody insulted him. Physical insult, emotional insult, intellectual insult. His way of dressing was ridiculed. From which country you have come? You don't know how to dress. You don't know what is gentlemanly. What an uncultured country you have come from. Like this, the comments every day he had to undergo. Swami Vivekananda has written, his money was stolen. He did not have money. He starved for 7 days, did not have anything to eat. Like that, going through so much of pain, so much of insults thrown at him by the Americans. But when he got his chance and he got to the podium, he bowed to Ma Saraswati and did not give back the venom which was thrown at him. The venom which was thrown at him was converted into the beautiful Amrita, beautiful nectar. And through his love and compassion, the words came, my dear sisters and brothers of America. And that's why those 5 words had magical effect on the audience. Why? They were said from the heart. Subhash Chandra Bose used to say, if you speak from your throat, if you speak loudly from your throat like what I am doing, your words will reach to the other person's throat. If you speak from your lips, they will reach only the lips. Lip service does not match. But if you are speaking from your heart, your words and your passion and your emotions will reach the heart of the audience. That is what happened to Swami Vivekananda's speech on that day. Why do we remember and why do we celebrate in Yuva of Bharatiya Shikshan Mandal? Because it reminds us of the uncompleted task of Swami Vivekananda. At the end of his life in 1901, he gave up his mortal body in 1902 on 4th of July. But in 1901 December, some 6 months before his passing away, his Samaha Samadhi, Swami Vivekananda was heard in the passage of Bellur Mutt, in the veranda of in front of his room. He was strolling like a lion from here and there and speaking to himself. And when Gopaler Ma, one of the aged person living in that Bellur Mutt, tried to listen what Swami Vivekananda was saying in Bangla, she understood that Swami Vivekananda was speaking to Mother, speaking to Bhavani, speaking to the goddess, and speaking to that Bhavatarini Ma at Dakshineshwara and telling her, Ma, I asked only for 100 youth, fired with the zeal of holiness, fortified with the courage of lion, will go to the length and breadth of this country and convert everybody into a passionate, patriotic Bharatiya. That is what Swami Vivekananda had written to Alasinga Perumal in one of his letters. That is what he expected. 100 youth, completely pious, full of character, full of zeal, ready to go to the depth of the ocean, depth of the ocean, ready to do anything, rigor, tapa. he wanted only 100. He said, give me 100 youth and I will change the whole world. Those were the revolutionary words of Swami Vivekananda. And in the end, before his giving up his body, he said and cried in pain that I asked only for 100 youth and I have not got yet. The quest is on. Are you one of that 100? That is the question. That is the question I asked myself when I was on 7th standard. From within came the voice. Are you one of the 100 Swami Vivekananda wanted for the Bharat Mata? Are you ready to give up and dedicate your life for Bharat Mata? And when I completed my graduation in 1990, I decided to respond that call of Swami Vivekananda, in which he said, this is the time to decide your future, when you are fresh and young and full of energy, because at the feet of Mother, only those flowers are offered which are fresh. So youth is the time when you dedicate to Mother Bharat. I answered that call, and I decided to dedicate my life. And for last 31 years, from 1990, each day, 24 hours, 365 days, every moment, working for Bharat Mata, I find myself in the lap of Swami Vivekananda. Every moment when there is a challenge, when there is desperation, when there is desperate measures to be taken, when there is unspeakable challenge in front of me, organizationally, nationally, anytime, when I feel helpless and lonely, and when I go within, I find Swami Vivekananda guiding me, because he has given that, his word, in his beautiful lecture given in Madras, behind the Parthasarathi Kovil in Triplicane, speaking to the youth of Madras. The lecture is a very small booklet published by Ramakrishna Mission by the name My Plan of Campaign, Meri Krantikari Yojana. In that My Plan of Campaign, Swami Vivekananda says, I love you, my young children. He called the youth. I love you so much that I want you to dedicate your life and die for your country. What kind of a love it is? He said, I have seen the vision by which this Bharat Mata will rise up again and sit in its own glory and in its throne. The goddess of the whole world, the world guide of the whole world, Vishwaguru Bharat Mata. He saw that vision in Kanyakumari. And he shared that vision in Madras with the youth and said, I know the way. And my young children, I am ready to guide you. If you dedicate yourself to the work of Bharat Mata, I will work with you. These are the words of Swami Vivekananda. In last 31 years, I've experienced them. When I was given the task of bringing Vivek Jyoti from Kashmir in 1992, when the terrorism was at its own peak, and when the security forces said, we will not allow you to go to Srinagar, we will not allow you to go to Kshir Bhavani in Kashmir, 5 of our youth went there and light the lamp of Vivek Jyoti in Kshir Bhavani, where Swami Vivekananda had the vision of Kshir Bhavani Ma. And during those trying times when everybody was against, and I had not slept horizontally for 7 days and lost 11 kgs weight in 10 days, in those trying times, when I was sitting in a bus from Shimla to Chandigarh, then from Amritsar to Jammu, and then again from Jammu to some place in Haryana, because 5 states, I had to bring Vivek Jyoti to Delhi. During those 10 days, when I was incessantly traveling and did not have time to sleep, in the bus, when I was sitting there, I always felt Swami Vivekananda sitting by my side and giving me this courage and strength to look at this. What has happened?
Sir, Ramesh sir, stop your screening.
So this is, I felt through whole of my life that Swami Vivekananda's words have come true. Hence on this Digvijaya Dina, on this day of conquering the whole world, I call upon the Yuva Ayam and the youth of Telangana to rise to the call of Swami Vivekananda, rise to the call of Bharat Mata, which is looking at you with expectations. That vision of Swami Vivekananda is on the verge of getting completed. That task of Swami Vivekananda, which was started on 11 September 1893, is reaching to its Purnahuti, reaching to its pinnacle and achievement. At this time of glory, at this time of achievement, at this time of victory, more valor, more dedication, more renunciation, more tyaga is needed. The more we give to Bharat Mata, the earlier Bharat Mata will become Vishwaguru. It is just a matter of time. Next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, depend on us. If more people give more time, it will be earlier. If 100 Vistarak come ahead, I will dedicate 2 years of my life, 5 years of my life. What you talk about 2 years and 5 years, I will dedicate whole of my life for the cause of Bharat. If more and more people dedicate themselves, incessantly work, sleeplessly, tirelessly working with only one passion, one goal, one vision, that Bharat Mata shall become Jagat Guru, that the whole world will be full of Gurukula as it is in the background. Everybody will be in Gurukula. Harvard becomes Gurukula. IIT becomes Gurukula. Cambridge becomes Gurukula. That is the vision with which Bharatiya Shikshan Mandal is working. And what is needed is tyaga. What is needed is renunciation. What is needed is dedication. What is needed is offering of your life at the lotus feet of Bharat Mata. On this Digvijaya day, Swam Charitran Shiksheran, we have to teach the whole world with our own character, our own personality. We have to dedicate it. We have to devote it. With this call, again, with this clarion call, I end my speech with Swami Vivekananda's word: come, rise, get up and conquer the whole world. Hey Bharat, the world is looking at you. The Uma Shankar will grace you with his choicest blessings, Swami Vivekananda said, if you decide to work for this country. Let us dedicate ourselves to Bharat Mata through Bharatiya Shikshan Mandal and use this great opportunity given to us as a Karyakarta of Bharatiya Shikshan Mandal and achieve the vision and the dream that Swami Vivekananda had seen in his great dhyana meditation at Kanyakumari at the lotus feet of Bharat Mata. Let us all fulfill that mission. Vande Mataram.
Thank you very much, Bhai Sahab. Next, I am requesting our Secretary, State Secretary, Sri Ajay Rawalji, give a vote of thanks. Ajay ji, unmute yourself.
धन्यवाद रवि जी। अभिवादनशीलस्य नित्यं वृद्धोपसेविनः चत्वारि तस्य वर्धन्ते आयुर्विद्या यशो बलः। अर्थात बड़ों का अभिवादन करने वाले मनुष्य की और नित्य वृद्धों की सेवा करने वाले मनुष्य की आयु, विद्या, यश और बल, ये 4 चीजें बढ़ती हैं। यह अवसर देने के लिए तेलंगाना प्रांत के सभी को मेरा अभिवादन है। On behalf of Telangana Bharatiya Shikshan Mandal, I would like to thank Sri Mukulji Kanetkar for sparing his precious time with us despite the busiest schedule and sharing wonderful thoughts with all of us and energizing our lives further to work for the betterment of this great country. On behalf of Bharatiya Shikshan Mandal Telangana Prant, I thank every participant who has paid his time and has contributed to be available on this August gathering. Thank you very much. Vande Mataram.
Thank you, sir. Shanti Mantram, Kalyan Mantra. जीवने यावदा दानं स्यात् प्रदानं तदोदिकम् इत्येषां प्रार्थनास्माकं भगवान् परिपूर्यताम् सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामय सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।